We all face thousands of choices every day. Whether it's deciding between watching a lottery or citation, or deciding whether to move to another country. Want to know the secret to making better decisions? Hi, it's Otaosese, and welcome to my web series. The first thing I want you to know is that life is a series of small decisions that show themselves in the habits we develop and the behaviors we display when pieced together. Now here's the thing. The secret to success is in making the right decisions over and over. Think about it. If you always got out of bed when you were meant to, always ate the right things, always kept to your exercise routine, always did your work when you were supposed to instead of procrastinating, always resisted your ex's texting, and always went to sleep at the right time, you would be completely unstoppable. But it's not that easy. I know. Decision making involves a battle between emotion versus logical thinking. However, there are some simple strategies we can apply to enhance our decision making and get a little closer to making the right decisions every time. And here are 5 strategies that can help. Strategy number 1 is focus on the greater context. It's easy to think of the decisions we make only in terms of the immediate implications. This helps us to justify making bad decisions on a regular basis. For example, if you don't make it home to see your wife and kids this weekend, there's always next weekend. Or you can just as easily work out tomorrow if you don't do it today. One more. If you don't work the extra hour in your business today, you can work 2 extra hours tomorrow, right? Seriously, the most important step we can take to enhance our decision making is when we consider our choices in the wider sense of what they say about ourselves. And that is when we fully understand their impact. It becomes much more difficult to justify bad decisions once we focus on our priorities and what we value. So instead of merely deciding not to make that trip home, you may be implying that you do not value your wife and kids. Or instead of simply opting not to work for that extra hour on your business, you may be implying that you don't appreciate your business. And instead of just not working out, you may be implying that your fitness is not important to you. It will be easier to make the right decision when you focus on what your decisions reflect about your priorities and values. Strategy number 2 is understand what you value. If you value health, for instance, then you won't smoke, you won't eat junk, and you will live an active lifestyle with plenty of exercise. If you value respect, then you'll respect yourself. You'll be honest, you'll respect others, and you will hold yourself accountable. If you value time, then you'll effectively manage your time and make the most out of it. The point is, you need to understand what you value in the first place before you can focus on your priorities and what you value to make better decisions. If you can, write down your values and revisit them frequently. Strategy number 3 is focus on the present. We have a tendency to proceed down a lost or harmful road because of the prior commitments we have already made to get there. This concept is called sunk cost fallacy. So rather than thinking in the present moment, we allow previous decision making to affect our new choices. For example, you remain in a course you dislike because you're already over a year in, and leaving now will be too much of a hassle. You keep working on a business that's going nowhere because you've been at it for 3 years already. You waste your time sitting through a bad movie at the cinema because you already bought the ticket. The problem with that way of reasoning is that we waste more time and resources trying to fix a prior bad decisions. So in the case of a toxic relationship, you start doing things to make it look good, like putting up cute Instagram couple posts to hide the truth and make it look good to everyone else. At least that will soothe your ego. Now, of course, it's okay to put in effort to make a relationship work. But if you're sticking to a toxic relationship or any other bad decision because you want to prove that you were right all along, what you need to do instead is to consider all the variables in the current moment and not your past actions. You have the key to overcome your bias to keep making bad decisions based on your past choices by focusing on staying in the present and forgetting about considering the past when making decisions. Now, I've already done a similar episode about this. I will put the link below. With practice, you're going to start making better decisions that will actually bring you the future you want. Strategy number 4 is create the right environment. You know you shouldn't drink alcohol within 30 minutes before going to bed. So instead of relying on your self-control, leave the wine alone and drink warm water. And instead of depending on your capability to not eat that delicious banana bread when you come back from work by 10 p.m., don't buy it in the first place. This also extends to the people you associate with. I've spoken a bit about the importance of controlling your environment before in this video. Every time we ask ourselves to make the right decisions, we are also asking for drastic displays of courage and the ability to transcend our natural instincts. So surround yourself with the necessary environment that enforces your good decision making and break away from the people and situations that pressure you into bad decision making. And strategy number 5 is follow your heart. The old saying goes, to thine own heart be true. When we're faced with a decision where there is a disconnect between how we believe we should behave and how our heart is advising us to behave, our heart is always going to win. Through heart action, we shake old ways of thinking, old behaviors, old decision-making patterns, and create new ones. Sometimes, if you have an urge to act on a decision, you have to make that move within seconds, or else, in a bid to protect you, your brain will destroy that idea. In such instances, don't allow time for your brain to think. As soon as you're hit with the idea, act. So remember, every decision you make represents who you are as a person. Therefore, be deliberate about making good decisions. You owe yourself that. To put it simply, here's a quote by Miles Monroe. He said, "Our life is a sum total of the decisions we make every day." And that's what I have for you for today. I hope you found it useful. Now I have some questions for you. What's your favorite decision-making strategy? How do you differentiate between a good and bad decision? And what are some specific tips you can share on decision making? Let me know in the comments below. As usual, to get more insights and ideas from me, head over to Otaosese.com and let's discuss there. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel and I would really appreciate it if you shared it with your friends and loved ones. And to get much more strategies to deploy your best self in life and business and some special insights and resources for subscribers only, go to Otaosese.com and sign up for free weekly email updates now. Be mindful and stay grateful. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.